to another edition of Simply Fit. I'm your host, Sandy White, and as usual, I am super duper excited to be here to talk to you guys about February because it is Heart Healthy Month. But before we get into that, I want to thank WYTV7 for allowing Simply Fit Radio to be a part of the Christian Broadcasters Network. This is a nonprofit organization that does wonderful things in the community. So if you guys want to continue to experience all of these wonderful things that WYTV7 does, please donate. And also, if you want to continue to receive simple tips and strategies from Simply Fit Radio, along with the other broadcasters on this network, please donate. There's a button, it's green, it's on the screen. Please click it and make a generous donation. Simply Fit's mission is to provide you guys with simple tips and strategies so that you can heal your mind, body, and soul and live a healthy life and not have your purpose plan aborted by Satan. And remember, fitness is more than just exercise. So as I started before, this is February and it is Heart Healthy Month. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this before the month ends. And it's not just about Valentine's Day and receiving candy. It is literally about taking care of your heart. So there are some obvious things which I have saved for last, but I want to go with some things that I've never shared with you guys that are very important and extremely critical for not only taking care of your heart, but someone else's heart as well. So I want you all to know that there is a program, it's called Park Run, and they have them all over the country. You can do parkrun.com and then click on location to find a group near you. Now, we talk about being healthy all the time, but really exercising is more than just making your body look good. It is critical to your heart that you exercise. So if you don't want to pay for a gym or you don't want to exercise by yourself, log on to parkrun.com and click on location to find one that's near you. And the people are so nice, they're so wonderful, you'll make friends immediately. So it's a group of people, and they also do runs for donation. But again, go check that out. That way you're not exercising by yourself, and you can start building a fitness buddy rapport. Okay, so that's one we've never talked to you guys about. And then there is a store called Good Feet Store. I love this store because this is they actually do personalized orthotics and shoes. So, well, the shoes are not personalized until you pick them out, but they show you which shoes are the best for your feet, because some people turn their ankles out, some turn them in, some don't have very good arch support. So they put you on this little specialized little machine, and it does a scan of your feet, and it tells you everything that's going on, whether it's good or bad, so that they can properly provide you with the support that you need. Because when you're exercising, if you don't have the proper support, that's when you're going to start feeling the challenges in your hips and your knees and in your lower back. And you want to make sure you are wearing really, really good support shoes. So check out the Good Feet Store. That's a really good one as well. So I don't think I've ever told you all this, but if I have, set your alarm for like 5:30 so that you can get into the habit of stop eating at least by 6 o'clock. That or if you're going to bed by 8, 6 would be ideal. If you're going to bed by like 9, 6:30, but at least 2 hours, 2.5, 3 at the most, you should be done eating. That gives your body time to digest and relax. Your body can relax, and your food can digest in your system, and you can really get some good sleep, because you really do need to get at least 7 hours to 8 hours worth of good sleep. You don't want to just be laying there and not receiving the rest that you need. And I want to also let you guys know that right now, the National CPR Foundation, they're offering free training free training. That is correct. Now, I don't know how long this is going to go on, but it's free training. You want to go to www.nationalcprfoundation.com. And what they're doing is they're providing you all with life-saving techniques to promote longer and more lasting lives. So if you know what you should do when you're in the presence of someone that's having heart challenges, you will be able to save their life, and then thus moving forward, they can pay it forward. And how you can do that again is you want to get trained in CPR, because that's the worst thing, is to not know what to do when someone needs assistance. And again, this is February, and it and it is Heart Healthy Month. So in order for you to know what to do so someone else can have a healthy heart, you need to get CPR certified. The Bible even tells us that in Proverbs 4:23, guard your heart with all diligence. So we want to do things not only just eating right and exercising, but knowing the symptoms when someone else is having a challenge, and being CPR certified is really good. All these guys are asking is that you pay for your certification. All the training is free. So they have the standard CPR, they have the first aid, and they have the CPR and the first aid combination. I'm not sure exactly what you'll need, but they also have blood-borne pathogens. So there's a plethora of training that's free on the National CPR website. So go and check that out. Now, not knowing the signs, I'm going to go over those a little bit. If someone is having heart challenges, which we pray in Jesus' name that they don't, but if they do, you need to know how you can assist them. So we're going to go through those, and I just wanted to let y'all know, you should know this, but in case you don't, the heart's job is to pump oxygen and blood full of nutrients throughout your body. So when it's not doing its job properly, these are the things that can happen. So if someone is having shortness of breath, that means that they're not like if they just ran a marathon or ran up the street or something like that, but literally just sitting there and all of a sudden they become short of breath, then that just lets you know that the heart can't pump enough oxygen throughout their body to cause the, and it's causing the fluid to back up in their lungs, which is causing them challenges in their breathing. So that CPR information that I provided to you guys, that would be very helpful, because typically if that doesn't go away in a short period of time, and I mean like within 5 to 10 seconds, it's going to continue to get worse. And you will definitely, the person that's in the presence of someone that's having these challenges that we're going to talk about, you need to know what to do. If the person is feeling tired, a lot of times that's limited blood flow that's being sent away from their arm and their leg muscles, and the supply the body will need for the heart to continue to pump, it's going to start becoming numb. So when that blood starts moving from the arm and the legs, this person is going to start becoming weak. They're going to eventually like collapse. And again, we already talked about the CPR. You need to know what to do. And a lot of times if the person is lying flat and they're still having problems, that's fluid buildup in the lungs. So we got to watch that. And if you're doing personal care with someone, I'm sure you have been trained, or at least been told that these are things that you need to watch when you're caring for someone else, especially if they're not moving around as much as they need to. That does become a challenge. And you want to watch the swelling in the legs and the feet and the ankles. That is another sign that is heart health failure. That's a heart problem. That's not a healthy heart. That is a heart failure problem. That's fluid being backed up, is collected in the tissue, and the heart isn't able to pump strongly enough to manage its workload. So you want to watch fluid around the ankles and things of that nature. And something so simple, you may not have known this, a dry hacking cough that's not going away. A cough is caused by fluid being backed up and leaking into the fluid is leaking into the lungs, and the heart can't keep up with the pumping of the blood to the rest of the body, and you got this dry hacking cough. You might want to go get that checked out. Okay, that's a warning sign for your heart not following through like it needs to. Hey, and then we're going to go into a little bit more of the exercising. These are symptoms that you guys need to pay attention to if you're yourself or you're in the presence of someone else if they're having heart challenges. But outside of that, say you do have a healthy, normal heart, you want to start doing things to make it stronger. So here's one tip, which you may know, may not know. But if you could stand up while you're talking on the phone, or get a standing desk. They don't cost that much. Instead of sitting all the time at your desk, get a standing desk. Now, this one may be a little challenging. They do have treadmill desks. Don't laugh, but they literally do have treadmill desks. So you can actually walk on a treadmill while you're working on the computer. You'll have to get coordinated with that one so you don't fall off the treadmill. Now, I did talk to you guys about the sleep. And there's a study that says adults who sleep 7 hours a night have less calcium in their arteries, and more or less, when you have less sleep, more calcium buildups. That's an early sign of heart disease. So you want to make sure that you're getting more or a minimum of 7 hours of sleep. 5 hours or less, you're putting your own self at risk. So take a break, relax, and go to sleep. It does your body good. In Proverbs 17:22, it says, a joyful heart is good medicine. So make your heart good, go to sleep, take care of it, eat right, exercise, stand up. You know, we sit for long periods of time. As much as you can possibly stand up, fidget. You can watch television without sitting down. Get in those 10,000 steps. Keep, like most of the cell phones, they have the heart little logo on there, the healthy heart logo with people running. Most phones have them on there. You may have a different little logo, but you know what I'm saying. It actually tracks your pentameter. So you don't actually have to go buy a personal one. You just need to utilize your cell phone, and it will track your sleep. If you put all of that information in there, it will actually track your sleep patterns, and it'll let you know if you're getting the sleep that you need. Now, some phones are so sophisticated that there's an app that you can download, and it'll actually do a scan for your body, and it'll do a readout. And if you put your doctor's information in it, it will actually send it to them, and they can let you know what's going on, because you may not be able to read the medical report, which leads me into, you got to stop being afraid to go to the doctor and get your annual checkup, because there's no way you're going to know what areas you need to attack or amp up. So if you're having high cholesterol challenges, you wouldn't know that if you're not getting your annual checkup. If you are pre-diabetic, you wouldn't know that if you don't get your checkup. And pre-diabetic goes to full blown if you don't take care of it at the beginning of the stages. And that could come from a multiple of things. A lot of women end up being pre-diabetic after they have children. So you really want to watch what's going on with your body. You want to make sure you're going to your doctor, having your annual physical, so that you can be proactive. You don't want to wait till the last minute. Now, quiet as is kept, smiling. Constant. I love smiling. That's why I'm always excited when I'm talking to you guys. But smiling sends so many wonderful endorphins in your body. The Bible even tells you, and all the ones that I read before, they're coming from the King James Version. This is Proverbs 17:22. A joyful heart is good medicine. You can give yourself good medicine just by smiling. You don't have to, somebody's not being as nice as they want. Ooh, that's an opportunity for me to smile and sow a seed for my heart to be healthy. Smile, 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 and more smile. Now, we talked about sleeping. Sleeping restores your body. It helps decrease stress. It increases your overall happiness, and just reaping the benefits from being fully rested. Your face looks good. You don't have like unnecessary like bags and dark circles under your eyes. A lot of that it's not hereditary. It's literally because you're not getting enough sleep. So you got to take care of yourself. You can do a calming routine. I think I talked about that a couple episodes back. There are calming apps that you can get. You can take a warm bath. You can put Epsom salt that have peppermint or lavender in there, just to open up your pores, but also at the same time to relax you, to warm your body down, cool you at the same time, so when you get into the bed, you're fully relaxed and you're ready to go. Also, another good tip, you can get the eye mask. They have the gel eye mask. I sleep with one. It's so relaxing because it's almost like blackout curtains. If you all don't know what I'm talking about, blackout curtains, like if you live in Alaska, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, you don't even need the eye gel mask, but they are so wonderful. But it just feels like you got blackout curtains and you sleep well. If you ever been on a cruise, that's some good sleep. So you want to try that, sleep well, get a lot of opportunities to smile. Just look for opportunities to smile. It does your body so good. I missed a tip that I want to tell you about. This is another way that it's a sign that you know your heart isn't functioning well. If you are gaining 3 or more pounds a day, you know that something is wrong. You want to get it checked out. Your heart can't keep up with the incoming blood supply, so fluid packs up and collects in the tissues, and you're going to start seeing yourself gain weight that if it doesn't make sense and it's in a short period of time, that's an emergency. You need to get to the emergency room. If you haven't already made an appointment to get to your doctor, who will then call to send you to the emergency room. That is a horrible sign, but it's one that most people do not pay attention to, of gaining unnecessary weight, 3 or more pounds a day. That's a challenge with your heart. So the other one, which we already know, is limiting your junk food. So you want to reward yourself. You want to, like with your sugary drinks, ideally you want to totally cut them out, and I did tell you all about the mayo. You can do a couple squirts, 1 per 8 ounce. So if you're drinking 16, that would be 2. That's an easy way to cut out your sugars. You want to do swap outs. These are tips that are coming from the American Heart Association. My suggestion would be totally cut them out and do a swap out, but their suggestion is utilize them as a reward. And your sugary drinks, you should have them no more than 3 times the entire week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, is an example of what they're saying. But one time, 3 times in a week. So not Monday, I have them all day long. Wednesday, I have them all day long. Literally one sugary drink, 8 ounces or less. And then, that scenario that I just explained. My suggestion is you totally cut it out and you do an alternative. And then you will feel much better because your palate will start changing and you really will not have a desire for the sugar and the less stress. And this one here, I cannot talk about this one enough. Stress it's just horrible, and you have to manage it. You have to find out what's causing the stress so you can properly attack it, manage it, or avoid it. Stress, when it is totally out of control, it can cause Bell palsy. What is Bell palsy? I'm glad you asked. That is to the point where you're not managing your emotion, your stress. You'll start seeing, I don't know if you all have seen this before, but Bell palsy is when someone has had some type of traumatic experience, and a lot of times it is due to stress. One side of their face will start drooping, and it'll eventually go away because it's temporarily paralyzing that person. But this is why I talk about stress so much. You have to manage it well, not only for your heart, and because this is Heart Health Month, it does play a role in how your heart function when you are totally on that stress level and you're not managing it, you're not decreasing it, and it'll continue to grow and grow and grow. And that's when it gets to the point either you'll have a stroke or you'll end up having what we just described, the Bell palsy challenge, the syndrome, which is not good. Again, that is a temporarily paralysis of the face, but that is a scary situation, and I actually experienced that. Not too, it was a while back, but that's why I talk to you guys about managing your stress. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. But I didn't realize that. And our situation was we had two relatives pass away back to back, and the children were close to them, and we were trying to figure out a way to tell them, and it just overwhelmed me. And then a car accident, we ended up in a car accident back after that, and it just, I'm telling you, you don't want to get to the point where you're not talking to someone, and you don't want to assume that you can manage stress. Just talk, write it out, but don't get to the point where you are not doing what you need to do, because it can overwhelm you. And that Bell palsy, if you're vain, you're going to be like very upset, but I'm just letting you know it will go away. So, but don't get yourself in that situation. And I also want to remind you guys, when you are super duper stressed, you raise and increase the cortisol. That's when you see your belly expanding when it shouldn't be expanding. And so, it leads to weight gain. So manage your stress. Find some funny videos. I'm telling you, that's the best way to combat stress. Find a bunch of funny videos so that you can relax and get yourself back in on the out of that stress zone. Now we are getting down to the last 10 minutes of our time, so I'm going to just tell you guys about two more things, and I'm going to see which one we are going to talk about. And the last one, which is an obvious one, I don't know if y'all are doing this, but if you're doing this, please stop. It's smoking. I don't care if you're vaping or if you're doing the smokeless or the ones that got flavor to it or whatever. It's still not good for your heart. They lie, they lie, they lie. You're still getting nicotine. It is still affecting your heart. You want to stop. Okay? So we have had a wonderful time. I hope you guys have learned some things or take some tips that will help you with the end of February and beyond, so that you can have a healthy heart, because February is Healthy Heart Month, not just Valentine's Day. And I want to remind you guys that I am Sandy White. I am your host of Simply Fit Radio. We broadcast out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. If you want to reach me, you can reach me through WYTV7.org/Simply Fit, and you can leave a comment and or other things that you're interested in that I may not have covered. And remember, we are a non-profit organization, and we want to thank WYTV7 for allowing Simply Fit Radio to be a part of the Christian Broadcasters Network. Please donate. It helps us spread the word of these wonderful messages that the other broadcasters are bringing, so you guys can live a better life and a healthier life and a successful life. And it also assists WYTV7 take care of the community. There are lots of things that the community needs, and our seed continues to allow them to do what God has called them to do in the community and thus far, because we have people that are watching all over the world, and they are being encouraged to do some of the wonderful things that they're seeing and hearing from the broadcast. So we want to thank you guys. We've had a wonderful time tonight. And again, if you have questions or comments, please log on to WYTV7.org. Go to the broadcasters tab, look for me, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. We're out of time. Love you guys.